This year is just like every other year for the last 10 years, and that there's new shiny objects coming out from nearly every provider, like whether it's a new ad format, new targeting methodology, et cetera.
Yeah.
And then you've got sort of up and comers, which are just new platforms that are the sort of the shiny object. And the challenge for marketers is to sort of not get distracted by the shiny objects, but also not miss an opportunity because something's gaining momentum. So are there any marketing channels or platforms that have you particularly excited for the upcoming, year?
Yeah. So, obviously our team is always trying to stay at the forefront of what is that new tactic, platform, et cetera, right? What is the next TikTok or Snap or whatever it may be. But I think, for us, what we've spent a lot of time focusing on, and we'll even in the future, right, is as we think about third-party cookies disappearing, privacy being a concern, the importance of first-party data, I think things like CDPs, customer data platforms, right, I think are super relevant and important, right? Enabling the ability to kind of aggregate all of that data that you have, right, to be able to ultimately effectively communicate against that, right? How do you link all of those data sources together? I know that's a struggle for most companies, right? You've got first party data. That first party data sits in potentially 20 different places within your organization, right? Who owns the data? How can you get access to the data? Then you've got third party data, right? And so I think the more that you can focus on that proper data strategy, right, and potentially use things like a CDP to kind of aggregate that all together, I think is great, because then you get to kind of that ultimate goal of what all marketers want, which is that single view of the customer, right? How do you ultimately get to that single view of the customer, so you're able to better target, but again, also offer personalized and relevant experiences and communication for them, right? Because that's at the end of the day what we're trying to do, right? We want to make sure that if we're serving something to a potential customer or current customer, it's relevant, right? And the more that we can leverage our own data better and additional, data to complement that, I think the better it will be. So, we're all in on that world and thinking about how to best optimize data across all different streams right now.